Y bienvenidos a un episodio de GordoLift. Este es un canal donde hablamos acerca de cosas de CrossFit y en esta ocasión vamos a hablar con un coach de CrossFit Athletes que empezó con muchos teams originalmente, llevó a 2 atletas a Games, si mal no recuerdo, y fue un momento en el cual pudo estar siendo muy conocido. Nada más ahorita estoy esperando que acepte el friend request, o más bien la invitación a unirse al live. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo andan todos? Nomás quiero checar si está entrando el live, porque creo que al menos en Instagram no está entrando, no sé qué pedo. Es la primera vez que hago esto, así que es un poquito complicado. Y voy a checar Facebook ahora. Y sí, parece que estoy en live ahorita. Sí. Yo nada más estoy esperando ahorita a James, a ver qué me responde. ¿Cómo se encuentra en el día de hoy? No hay entrado. Creo que en TikTok no, en Instagram no entró porque no aparezco. No sé cómo mierdas. Y en Facebook, en Instagram. Sí, parece que estoy en directo. No sé qué pedo. Este vato no entra. Ya me vio. Ya supongo que se va a meter. Ya nada más estoy esperando que entre James a conectarse y podamos empezar a platicar con él. Hey, do you listen to me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep. All clear?
Yeah. Yep.
How you doing, James?
Doing good,
It's a
man.
pleasure to meet. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a big fan of you. I don't know if you know about this project that I have with a friend of mine. We are doing content about how to encourage beginners in CrossFit and trying to make easy the cues and give it feedback so they can easily do the movements. Because it's a little bit hard when you start in CrossFit that if, at least in my own opinion, that I don't have a background from sports. When I started, it was really hard about the technique and everything that you have. Right. So what I try to do is to make it easy to them, for the people that follows me, to understand the things that maybe with technique will be easier for them. Right. So I want to introduce to you. You were an NFL pro player a long time ago. That's what I know. I started to follow you after watching Juggernaut training. They have a green shirt that I really like in that moment, and that's when I started following you. And then you banged with Mal Bryan and everything. I'm not a big fan of the CrossFit athletes. I'm really big fan of CrossFit coaches because it's something that they don't have the spotlight over them. So that's why this project, or at least this point of the project, is to talk about with coaches and know about them, how they started with this. And in your case, it's from pro player, that it's something that a lot of people love and dream about in US to play in the NFL. And then how you started to jump into CrossFit. that would be amazing if you can tell us a little bit of you.
Okay, yeah. I've been, I'm originally from South Bronx, New York. So, the youngest of four, and
Okay.
being the youngest of four, the most athletic of my siblings. And so, by me being the most athletic of my siblings, my older siblings uh, got me into, playing sports, watching them play sports, and playing football outside. Where it's like kill a man or kill to be all. It's I got into football by following my bigger brothers, and then
Okay.
when they saw that I could hang with the big boys, then that's when they started to push me more into doing more organized football, and then from organized, it sprouted my career there and sprouted my athletic abilities for me to be able to do the things that I were able to do and still be able to do. And it led me into being an All-American in high school in two sports, football and track, and then
Okay.
collegiate football player, and then I had a brief stint in the NFL, and with that whole background led me into staying fit now, because a lot of the guys that are done going through the avenues that take you to get to the high level, when they're done, they're like done. They don't want to pick up no
Yeah.
more weights. They they don't want to do nothing because it become a part of your life to where you're here to play this sport, but almost 60 to 70% of your sport is exercising. And so
Yeah.
you know that either going to continue to be a part of your life, or when that chapter is over in your life of playing the sport, also fitness is over. But for me, I always was active, whether if it was boxing, jiu-jitsu, karate, kickboxing, everything, track, football. Athletics and fitness was always a part of my life. So it was easy for me when I got done playing football to continue on, being fit, because what else what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
The Most High had
And
blessed me with the ability to be able to keep going. So here I am.
one of the things that you are well known, at least by me, is that you have like really heavy lift on cleans and snatches. That's something I really I love to do, to watch on your videos. And now I see that you're training your kids. You have two daughters and a kid.
Yeah, I got three girls and a boy. Yeah, three girls and a boy.
Okay, and you
Yeah.
are teaching, you're coaching them, or do you have they have their own coach?
Well, my two daughters, one is a level 9 in gymnastics at 12 years old, and then the other one is a level 5 in gymnastics at 9. And so, I started off with them, and then once they took off and excelled in the elite level of gymnastics, that's where me working out with them stopped. But then now, I have my boy, and now it's like, okay, now I could really like, dive into him, and then when he picks up a sport that he wants to play, and whether if that organized sport will allow me to do exercise, because gymnastics, what if you're doing exercise, which I think they should be, but most coaches don't want their athletes to be doing outside stuff, which
Yeah.
I understand, so they don't get hurt. But then again, it's like, I'm only working with my kids so that they can be prepared. I don't want to be their coach. Now, I want to be their
Okay.
biggest fan. I'm going to be their biggest fan, and I'm always going to be, their fan. But when it's time for me to step in, if I see something, off, or hey, they need to be, stretching more over here, or hey, they need a little bit more strength in here, then I'll go ahead and step in. But other than that, it's the coaches. As a parent, you got to be able to trust the coaches, because you sign them up to play the sport. Coaches are there. They're hired. They're being paid to develop these athletes. So you got to be able to trust them. But I'll have my eye on them.
That's something like, at least here in Mexico, and when I used to play something, my father was that type of dad that always get involved, but if he was the coach. Maybe for you it's a little bit hard. I don't know. Like if you see something, and you would like to jump in, how you manage to not jump in now that you are that when you have a really prolific athletic past background.
Well, for me, like the pressure. I had pressure,
Okay.
of I had pressure to perform and to be this athlete for other people. It wasn't the pressure to be an athlete or to perform for James Townsend. It was for other people.
Hmm.
And so when I had that pressure coming from, outside figures and extended family, it played on my mind, and it can't play on anybody's mind. So with me having that type of experience and going through that, I don't want that to be on my kids. My
Okay.
kids will my kids will understand, and they will have the guidance, the protection, the care, and the support to be able to say, "Hey, Dad, hey, Coach so and so said, I'm struggling in this." Then I could be able to assess and figure out, okay, weak core. So it's hard for you to do your kit. All right, we got to work on your core stability and your core strength.
Okay.
You
Understandable.
know, you know what I'm saying?
So with that background you have, how you got into CrossFit? Like what brought you into CrossFit when you started?
Well, like I said, I had a background in boxing and stuff. So when I got out of playing football, I started training UFC fighters, and
Okay.
stand up for boxing. And then, and that's when the UFC started opening up their own gyms, the UFC gym. And
So
so, it's like a global gym, but it's like a global gym slash fighting gym. So their whole motto is train different.
okay.
So when I got in there, I started getting back into what I was doing in college and for the pros. And then I saw 13.5. Excuse me, I saw 13.5 open workouts.
The
I was like,
open.
hey, hey, I used to do that workout. I could do that. And then I started to watch more and go to the competitions. I was like, yo, this is dope. This is, oh, okay, I like this. And so it was easy for me to adapt to the sport of the movements, but not so much of the workouts, because I'm a fast twitch dominant athlete. So
Yeah.
a lot of the workouts for CrossFit is, capacity and aerobic. For
Yeah.
me, being a fast twitch dominant athlete, my muscles and everything, I'm good for 7 to 10 minutes. Anything over the 10 minutes, my body starts to break down because I'm just all,
Yeah.
explosive.
Like a quick reaction.
Right, like a Lamborghini, or a
Yeah.
cheetah. A cheetah can go, 75 miles per hour, 76, miles per hour for 15 to 25 seconds, and then after that,
That's
they're
it.
done. Right.
Yeah. And again, with all the power that you have, everything, I guess, in the NFL training when you were a player, you develop. So that's the second question. What do you think that NFL provided to you into CrossFit in developing real power?
Um, I would say it allowed me to showcase my natural abilities more. Um, it allowed me to tap into the lifting more, because in college and in the pros, you lift, but it's more so on percentage basis. It's more so on performance. They don't want the guys who are first string and second string to lift no more than 80% when it's in season,
Okay.
right? So you have your 3 seasons. You have your off season, your in season, and then you have the summertime,
Hmm.
right? So the summertime will be to where everybody gets together, you getting ready, you seeing who is who, you're going through your summer workouts, you'll reach maximum before you get to camp. And then once you get to camp, that's when the workouts start to dwindle back down to 60 to 70%. And then you have those 2.5 to 3 weeks to where you're acclimated in camp. You starting to showcase your skills and what you can do to help the team. And then now once the 3 weeks is over, the 2 to 3 weeks is over of camp, you're in season. So now everything is just all about maintaining, so you don't get hurt. Maintain the strength, and so you could be able to perform day in and day out during the week. Then once off season comes, and that's when you're ramping back up. Depending on if you got injuries or not. Some of the guys, if you got an injury, you might, stay at 60%, 70%, maintain a bit, and then heal back from that injury, ramp it up a bit, and then so on and so on. So you have your 3 stages like that. But with CrossFit, you can have that, but it's like it has to be around 80 to 90% almost all year round.
Yeah.
You may have to do a deload week every 8 weeks of just 1 week. You know what I'm saying? Of just 1 week, because you want to do a competition here and there. You can't spend all your time in the gym and then say, oh, okay, the open, I'm ready. No, you got to get out there and get experience and everything. So you kind of got to have that mentality of, hey, this is what an off season look like. This is what an in season look like, and this is what a post season look like. Right? You won't know that unless you have some certification like a CSCS, an NFCA, CSCS, to where they discuss that of what off season, in season, and the post season looks like.
Okay.
As far as training. So when you can understand those 3 stages, then you can go ahead and implement that into your CrossFit career. You can go ahead and say, okay, I'm gonna give myself 2 to 3 competitions outside that I want to do. Hey, one may be mediocre, the other one, hey, they got some semifinals athletes there, and then the last one, hey, they got some games athletes there, and then boom, now November here, I could get into open mode. I could start my open training.
Yeah, you can start working into the starting of the training of the competition season.
Right, and then now you're in season.
Yeah. Do you like the CrossFit, how it's going right now, about all the thing that happened after Greg Glassman thing, and how they are being jumping from CEO to CEO?
I don't. I liked how it was, when I first got into it, the 2013, 14, when everything was about, the community. Regionals was awesome. It seemed a bit more it seemed a bit more inclusive, but then now it's just, more money poured into it. So social media got bigger. I don't know, man. To me, I just think that it could be bigger and better than what it is now. To me, it's not that hard. Have your media team. You got your social media team. Go ahead and highlight those athletes that you want to highlight. Highlight the community. Get the community back involved, and then have your in season. The open, regional games. And then in the off season, if you want to highlight 2 or 3 outside competitions, do that. But keep it going. Like it's weird to me, man. I don't know. It's weird to me.
For me too, because I've been in CrossFit thing like since maybe 13 years. I've never been good, honestly. Like I competed few competitions and I saw I sucks. But then I started to liking to coach people in my gym, and most of the people that I work with, I have athletes 50 years old or something. I trained my mom for a couple of months under breast cancer surgery, and some of my friends right now. But into the competition thing of the CrossFit, for me at least, is too much something that they've been developing into just the pro athletes, and they left behind the community thing. That it's something that I like, because at least for me, that I don't fit into the CrossFit thing. The appearance, it is like, I remember those days in the open. They were bringing people from the local gyms and competing with the pro athletes in the same floor. I really miss that. And the changes that they've been doing, it's like crazy. Like, at least for me, it's something that I miss from the previous CrossFit thing. In CrossFit, about the programming and the things that they develop, like right now with the programming, what do you think CrossFit misunderstand the most about speed and explosiveness? That it's something that you have in all of your videos, and all of the people that I've been seeing, when you share that you train, there are like reactive things that they do.
CrossFit can't measure speed, because it's not meant for it, unless you're doing a 1 rep max power clean, or 1 rep max power snatch, or broad jump, or a box jump, or like what they did with, I want to say in 2016, when they did the zigzag on the soccer field, ran down and then ran back, and then speed, right?
Yeah, the speed test.
Yeah, speed test, right? Those 4 to 5 things you can do, but then the other 9 workouts is going to overshadow that.
Yeah.
You could say, oh yeah, we test speed, a zigzag, event, but is that really testing speed?
Like maybe for short period only.
For a short period, right? So, I mean, it's tough, man, and I don't think anywhere in the CrossFit space they can test that, because it's not meant to be tested. Like a guy like me who could power clean 440, I wouldn't. I don't fit the model of a CrossFit athlete, because I have that much power, that much speed, that much explosiveness.
Yeah.
That's not made for CrossFit. You know what I'm saying?
You work in that with your athletes?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of my athletes, they want that strength and that power, right? And they get it, because I keep them honest to the training. I keep them honest to the percentages. Hey, we're going to work here. We're going to start at 60%. Next week is going to be 70. Other week is going to be 80. We're going to work. But if you on a Wednesday and it's at 75% and you feel good, work up.
Okay.
Right? Don't wait for me to say in week 5, hey, we're gonna go for a 1 rep max. You're gonna be like, oh man, I don't feel like it. I should have went for a 1 rep max 3 weeks ago when I was feeling good.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I always tell my athletes, whenever you're lifting and it says, hey, we doing this 5x3 power cleans at 80 to 82.5%. But if you're feeling good, work up.
Okay.
Right? You do that 5x3, but if you're feeling good, work up. Work up after. You feel like it's flying up. Hey, keep going. Right? Okay. Because then now you're gaining the confidence. Now you're getting stronger. Now your numbers are changing. So now 75% or your 80 to 82.5% was 315. Now you went ahead and worked up to a 1 rep and you hit 365. Now next week when you got to do that 80 to 82.5% again, it's not going to be 315.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now you're gradually getting stronger. You only get stronger when you believe in yourself. and you have the faith, right? Because then now you know you got to work. Okay, it's not, hey, my 82%, my 80 to 82.5% was 315 last week. Now this week it's different. Now it's 335. So now I'm working at 335, 335. Oh man, coach, you know, I couldn't even hit 335 before, but now I'm repping that out like it's nothing. So now you as the athlete, you have the confidence, and now you looking back at where you were before, and so now you only could hit 335 once. Now you repping it out. And now you starting to see the strength gains, but then also you starting to see that this programming of actually taking your time when you feeling good, hey, I'm going to work up. Now you starting to understand and you starting to see that, hey, you can't put the cart before the horse. Just get on the horse and let the horse go. And then when it's time to take off, the horse would take off, and then you would take off with the horse. Until then, stay on the road with the horse and just let the horse go.
Just smooth.
Just move. That's it.
And for example, how did you manage those athletes that you know they have the power and they've been working with you, but I don't know, one day they come with blurry mind and they don't trust themselves and they struggling with something. How do you encourage them to continue? Because I know some, at least for me, and something that I feel with the CrossFit classes that I could do, and I speak with my friends, and at least for me, my training is that type of time that I offer to myself, that I forget everything around. But sometimes those problems and issues we have is like a deep inside the head. And for example, sometimes I got a surgery a really long time ago, and there are some days that I can barely lift 95 pounds on a clean. Like I miss all the other lifts. But it's because I'm thinking something else. How did you manage to go deep and take that thing out?
Remember where you were before. You know what I mean? So if I have an athlete that have a mental block, and they saying, man, I don't think I could do this. Man, I can't do this. You failed. You failed already. I gave you a test. You know, I do this thing to where I'll give my athletes a crazy workout to where I know they won't be able to complete it, but I want to see what your reaction is going to be like.
Okay.
Coach, this is what the workout is today? No way I can do this. I can't do this. You read what it is, you saw that it's crazy, and automatically in your mind you got negative.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, coach, this workout is crazy, but let's see what I can do. Oh man,
Yeah,
wasn't that
at least give
crazy?
an attempt.
That's it. Just give it an attempt. You're already doubting yourself by saying you can't do something, and you haven't even start the clock yet.
Yeah.
You don't even know. If you go in it with the expectation of, hey man, this work got to get done anyway. Either way, it got to be done. Oh,
Yeah.
man, coach, I didn't even expect that. I got 18 rounds. I thought I was going to at least get 12. It wasn't that bad. See, when you go into it with an open mind, it turns out positive. But if you going into it with a negative mindset of saying, hey man, oh man, this workout kept me up all day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, then you're going to hit 12 rounds, or you might even hit even less, because now when you're doing a workout, you're starting to feel it. Now you're getting upset, you're feeling sad, you know, you're getting mad, you're missing reps, you're feeling real tired. Yeah, because you allowed your mind to keep running. Don't allow your mind to keep running. See the workout. Hey, I'm gonna just do my best. It's crazy, but I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
Right?
Understandable.
Hey, remember last week you said you couldn't do this? This week I gave you another workout, and look, you went into it with open mindset, and look how it didn't even make you tired. Look how you crushed this workout. You always got to be able to paint a picture for the athletes. Athletes ain't always going to be at 100 to 90% all the time. When they come in, you got to be able to meet them. When they come in and they feel tired and they're down and they don't know if they could do this, you got to meet them right where they're at, so you can paint the picture for them. Hey, I know you feel down. I know you feel tired, but let's just see what we can get through today. With an open mind, see what you can do today, and then 2 or 3 days later, when they come back in, working out, then you could bring that day up to them. Let them know, hey, see how you were feeling that the other day? Now it's better. See, don't always think that every day needs to be 100%.
Yeah.
Nobody could live off 100%.
Can give you 100% every time. Yeah.
Right. Michael Jordan didn't live off 100%. I guarantee you he gave it 100%. I guarantee you he didn't give up.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he looked back and remembered where he was, and then came into the next day and saw that in himself that he got better.
Yeah, understandable. Into the programming thing, if you had to build a 6-week power cycle for the athlete game, what will be your main KPI focus?
If I had to build a 6-week power cycle, so it wouldn't. I wouldn't put no full cleans in there. It would be a lot of pulls. It'll be a lot of powers on Mondays. Tuesdays would be, Tuesdays and Saturdays are like my arm days, like the upper body, so like overhead squats, push jerks, split jerks. My Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are my power days. I wouldn't put full cleans in there or full snatches, but I will put back squats and front squats in there. Right?
Okay.
I'll put a top set of 10. Go for a top set of 10, drop 15%, 3x5, back squat. Then on Wednesdays, top set of 10, front squat, drop 15%, 3x5. And then on Friday, we would go 4x5 at 70% of that top set that you did on Monday for your back squat.
Okay.
And then same for front squat, right? So Monday and Fridays will be your powers, power snatch.
Okay.
Wednesdays will be your hang power cleans and your hang power snatch. And that's how you build your power right there.
From all the programs that you see right now in CrossFit, which one do you like? Like seeing what they program, which one do you like?
Well, the games, this past games was
I really like the events in everything.
Yeah. It was really good. It was like true CrossFit, right?
Yeah, like the old times of CrossFit.
The old times, yeah.
Because
yeah,
I saw from maybe 5 years before to now they started to go into really heavy lifts only. The one that with the sandbag and the cleans and the snatch. And this year I felt that they really tested the fitness thing that they did with a lot of gymnastics, not really heavy things. So it's something that I miss, but I think that they are going back into the good path.
Yes,
with
too.
the people you work now, you still working with the teenagers, or you are more focused now in another type of people like 20, 30ish, 40ish?
Yeah. I still got some teenagers, but mostly is the young athletes in their early 20s. I like working with, this is not a slight at anybody, but athletes who don't have a name. I love building up athletes
To build them
to get to that point, right? Yeah, my strength is not. I'm not going to say that's not my strength, but God has me in a place to where building people. I love empowering people. I love caring for people, supporting people, helping them get there, helping them, showing them their true self, of hey, you don't need to be this athlete and need to get to where they're going, get to where you are going, get to where you need to go. Right?
Well, yeah, continue, sorry.
No, so yeah. I mean, the working like old school, man. Just sitting there grinding, not being all on the social medias, on the TVs, and being that name that just came out of nowhere. I got a couple of athletes now. I have one athlete, young kid, 20 years old, and he's going to be. I've been working with him for 2.5 years now, and he's going to be one of those kids that's going to sneak in there and everybody can be like, hey, who is this kid? Where did he come from? Sort of like circa 2021.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What do coaches usually do that unintentionally can ruin the young talent athlete? What do you feel that it's something that maybe you can do it, but with no intention?
To be honest, I mean, to be honest, I don't know if that's people's that's their thing. I don't know if people like to take no name athletes and bring them up. Maybe it's because they want it for other reasons, monetary reason, money and everything. So they got the people with the big names. They have their name on their gyms and their programming name and all that. And I get it, but I don't do this for the money. Me and my family, we're good. I do it for it to be a blessing to others, to be a light to others, and to help others. There's no better story in life than helping those who need help, not the ones who already got it and then saying, hey, I've been to the games this many times. Can you help me get back there? It's like, yeah, I won't turn you down. I can help you, but at the same time, there's 10, 15 others who want to be in your shoes that nobody are willing to even look at because they don't have the name, they don't have the money behind them. So where is your true intentions at?
Yeah.
And that's where I think CrossFit should be at. CrossFit should be like, if CrossFit want to be this big major sport, it needs to be like the NBA, the NFL, baseball. Baseball got a farm season. I mean, farm clubs. They got AAA, AA. They have that, right? So you know how to, hey, you can't always keep cycling the same names over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
You got let's these big name programs or training or whatever should be like, all right, should be sending people out there saying, all right, yo, who are five women and 5 men out there that are no names that could be somebody, because they need to be the next wave of people into the CrossFit space. But we keep cycling the same names over and over and over and over and over, and you're not giving those who have the potential to get there.
I feel that it's really hard to grow into this sport because, like you mentioned, it's always the same and the same. And for example, that I used to talk with some of my friends about I don't know how to say it, like black people into the CrossFit space. Is like only we have one athlete that is well known, and before that we just had Elijah Muhammad, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like a white sport if you want to talk about something like that.
Yeah, Marquand Jones too. Yeah. You had Elijah, you had Marquand Jones, Chandler Smith, Alex Nettie, Neil Maddox.
Neil Maddox. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really, really good, I remember.
Yeah. And then the girls, you had Alicia Boone, Elizabeth Akinwale. Maybe 7 or 8 main people. That's it.
Why do you think it's like that? Like athletically speaking, I know, and it's something that I always been told is like your genetics is much better than mine. Like just because genetics, and that's it. But why into CrossFit? It's something that we haven't seen to go beyond that line of few.
Well, when you let's look at us, right? Whether if you black, Spanish, let's say Chinese, Japanese, Korean, we do the real sports.
Yeah.
With the real money. Baseball, 60 to 70% of baseball is dominated by Spanish.
Yeah.
There's money there. There's a pipeline there. The pipeline is they go out and recruit these athletes. They go to the Dominican Republic, they go to Puerto Rico, they go to Mexico, they go, Cuba. You got these young kids, 11, 12 years old that look like they 18, throwing 95, 100 miles per hour. Baseball is doing the right thing by going out recruiting these kids and keeping an eye on these kids. Is CrossFit doing that?
No.
Right. We play basketball, we play baseball, we play football, we play soccer. Like we do the sports that's going to be able to put food and clothes on our backs.
Yeah.
And more people can do that, and it's more inclusive. We say that CrossFit is definitely going to put food and clothes on our back consistently.
That's what they're supposed to be working right now into that.
I mean, it's
still a long path to walk.
Yeah. It's still a long path. I mean, the areas that we from, whether it's Mexico, whether it's the South Bronx or anywhere, it's we know our areas what sports to play. I mean, do you have? I mean, in the areas that you from, in the areas that I'm from, South Bronx, I'm damn sure ain't seeing no CrossFit gyms in the South Bronx and kids going there talking about I want to lift weights and all that, right? Basketball, football, baseball. Right?
Okay.
It's there. CrossFit is not willing to put themselves out there to say, hey, we here, let's introduce this more to the black and brown areas.
Okay.
To show the kids, but then again, it got to be exciting. Young kid, I'm watching somebody on football that look like me, TV that look like me.
Yeah. It needs to be inspirational.
Right.
And for example, with the young athletes, the guy that you just mentioned, the kid, how do you protect an athlete for letting external narrative become louder than the internal one? I'm gonna put that.
You got to keep them grounded. It's things that I've shared with Mal, that I've always shared with young athletes and even my older athletes now. You control the narrative. You know who you are. You can't say yes to everything.
Yeah.
You can't say yes to everything. Just because we do this all day and we on the phone, just because you see something doesn't mean you need to be that or you need to do that. Right? It's you got to be able to separate yourself from what you really want. You got to set your priorities. What really matters, right? There's no way I could stop you from scrolling on social media and watching social media, but social media and whoever posted something that you like, in the gym 5 or 6 hours every day, putting in the work.
Yeah.
You still got to put in the work yourself, right? So internally, for one, you have to be one with the Most High God, right? Your faith, get your faith in order, because when you got that in order, everything else will fall in line, right? 2, your family. 3, your faith in yourself, your belief in yourself. Because, like I said, you're going to scroll and you're going to see something and you're going to think, oh man, such and such posted this time, I need to do that. That's such and such time that they posted on that open workout. That doesn't mean that you need to do that time. Tunnel vision, focus on you. Because when it's 3, 2, 1 and they blow that horn and you're on a competition floor, such and such who put up that fast time right next to you trying to beat you. He's doing the same workout, she's doing the same workout, same reps and everything.
Yeah.
Are you still worrying about her time that she had put in? Or are you going to focus on yourself, look straight and say, hey, this is what I have to do?
Yeah, that's what this is what I've been doing. I'm testing myself to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you could go back, what would you do differently to manage a top young athlete from the pressure?
Man, what would I do differently? I know. I would be more forthcoming and more outspoken on the sponsors, the notoriety. Yeah. I would be more outspoken. I would be, I would be more outspoken. You know, it's one thing of giving a athlete advice and then letting them, go ahead and make that decision, which is their outright. But then, as a coach, and what you believe in, your morals and your values, and what you believe in, if you believe that saying yes all the time, and you know that it's going to be detrimental to you. If I lay down the law and say, yo, you cannot say yes to this, this is what will happen, but you go ahead and do, then we got to cut ties. Because I'm sorry about that. Because I know in my heart, being in this business for so long, that people don't really like you. They only like you because of what you can do. They like you because it gets them this.
Yeah, like the sales profitability. Something happened.
Oh, there we go. Woo.
Oh, it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I listen to you good.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
You can hear me? No, I barely hear you. You're oh yeah, good. Now
You can hear me now?
yeah, good.
I can't hear you. Yeah, I don't know why.
You hear me now? No.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
Oh man.
I did make. Wait, let me.
Yeah, I can't even hear you. My mom done messed us up, man.
Can you listen to me now?
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Let me see if I can come out and come back in.
Okay. Mm, at the stage.
There we go. Now I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay, that
yeah,
was a little bit scared.
yeah.
It's something that I don't know because I know only the gossip, and you don't need to answer honestly. Do you think or do you believe that if I'm gonna say like a Mal Bryan thing that happened, you don't need to answer. You just need to blink. Do you think that if she continued with you, will be something different in her career?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Okay.
But you know, everything happened for a reason. Um, I'll be lying if I say that there in a day to where I dream and think about, look at my phone and be like, oh man, it's Mal. Hey, how you doing? You know, and hey, I want to go back to where it was before. Let's do this. Let's finish this. And man, that's that's a big dream. But you know, whatever she's doing now, I pray that she is blessed, that she is having fun, that she is loving it. But I I would be remiss if I didn't say she belongs in CrossFit because
Yeah, like
because because I know the passion, the drive, the hard work that she puts in, the joy that it brought her. She is made for this. God had blessed her with unimaginable, you know, strength, work ethic, mindset. Like if you wanted to create a CrossFit athlete on a video game, it's her. It's
like
her.
my opinion about that what happened and that I read it's for me at least it was something not to be happen like uh in, for being playing around like if I was a potential young athlete and just because that guy calls me to jump in at least for me when the COVID thing happened my local gym where I started to train they closed like a lot of business and they lend me machines and everything to train my at home. And until the owner of the gym told me I'm not going to reopen again, that's when I decided to go into another place. So that's my idea about if I was an athlete and I would be like stuck with who built me and the one that trusted me from when I was zero.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my
Mm-hmm.
opinion about that situation. I don't know what really happened, but when I started reading and everything at that time, I was like, what the fuck? Like, so that's the only thing I can say about that. And I really appreciate your words. I thought it was going to be a hard subject or something.
No, not at all. But you and I both were like, what WTF? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, coming back to the CrossFit thing subject, what do you think CrossFit heading into 2026 to 2029 season could be? Like, what do you expect that it's going to happen?
I don't know, man. I just hope that they stay true to themselves, like meaning, the programming. Uh, I hope they get a hand on the end season part of, like, after the open, like how can the teams, the elite athletes and the masters, like how can they make it back to the games, like make it more understandable for the community and the ones that are participating in it. Make it back fun. Because I mean, I remember the times where it was like, man, the open is a month away. Like, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait.
Yeah,
Now it's like, oh
it's
shit,
another thing.
yeah, yeah. Now you're just like, oh shit, they doing the open. Oh, okay. You know.
I haven't paid the open fee like maybe 5 years already. Like
Mm,
I knew every time that I was not gonna be sustainable, like with Spotlight or something. I always use it for test myself like year after year.
mm-hmm.
But it from a time to now, it's like I'm just giving $20 away, and why when they already have a lot of money? So I just
Mm-hmm.
do it the workouts. I record myself and keep the video for myself, and that's it.
Yeah. Good. Good.
What
Yeah.
trends do you think need to die to the sport to be professionalized or have a progress, like real progress?
Uh, I think we agree. Get rid of the old athletes. I mean, yeah, get rid of the old athletes, but then also you gotta beat the old athletes. So I mean, it's hand in hand, right? But just start ushering in just just new athletes, newer names. You know what I mean? Like, make it a real sport to start. But then again, you as that athlete got to beat the veterans, right? You got to beat them, and it's tough in the sport because experience goes a long way, right? The veterans, they know how to pace, they know how to keep
Yeah,
their heart rate, they know how to keep their heart rate down, they know how to turn it on when need to. That experience in this sport go a long way, and you got to be different. You got to be uh, a Mile O'Brien type to be, different, right? But then again, she's just an anomaly. But yeah, usher in, help the newer athletes be able to make that transition over. Like, matter of fact, it shouldn't even be on. It shouldn't just be CrossFit doing it. If there's Mayhem, if there's all these other big name programs out there,
yeah,
they should be wanting to usher in new athletes. Like I
yeah,
said, if it's all about the money, you can still keep the money because they're gonna have to pay you regardless. But look into mentorship programs and helping these new athletes, younger athletes get in, because you got to keep the game young.
yeah.
You got to be able to do something. You know what I mean? I mean, because veterans are the ones who are really making the money and making sports. Like, if you're making this a sport, help the other athletes, the younger athletes, the newer athletes, be able to make some of that money as well. Because the ones who names that you keep pumping to keep the sport alive and the sport going, they only could do that for so long. You know, let's make another, Jason Hopper. Let's make another, Pat Vellner. Let's help these young ones get in. And, you know,
If you had the chance to build an athlete from Latin America, what will be the three color pillars that you will insist on with him or her?
ah, it would be intensity, capacity, aerobic, because you need gymnastics intensity.
Yeah.
You need gymnastics capacity. You need gymnastics aerobic. You need barbell intensity, barbell capacity, barbell conditioning, right? Monostructural. You need monostructural intensity, so on and so on and so on. So those would be my 3 pillars right there. The strength is always going to come. You need strength. Come to this guy right here, James Townsend. You need strength. Come to him. But sport is more than just strength, man. It's the intensity. Do you have the intensity? Do you have the capacity? Do you have the conditioning? If you just focus in on one pillar, that one pillar intensity, and you just doing EMOM 20s of, let's say 10 wall balls, what if they pair wall balls with an echo bike and a barbell? Then what? You know what I mean? Then what? That's how you should be training. You should be incorporating 2 to 3 other movements with it. Don't just focus. Don't just say, man, I need to get better at wall balls. Okay, yeah, you need to build your intensity and capacity for your wall ball, but they don't just do wall ball workouts. They're going to do a wall ball. They're going to do 60, 40, 20 on wall balls, echo bike, and GHD. Where's your capacity for the GHDs? Where's your capacity and intensity for the echo bike?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yes.
it's more than just that, man. Those are my 3 main pillars, and I always tell a lot of athletes that hey, oh man, I need to get stronger. Okay, barbell is my my strength. Okay, what's your barbell intensity? I don't know. What's your barbell cycling? I don't know. Oh, what's your barbell capacity? Can you do? Can what's that workout with the 75 snatches? What's that workout called?
75.
Yeah, they did it at regionals all the time. It was like 75 pounds.
That is the one that they did last year. Isabel?
No. It's different than that. It's one to where you had to do it for 75 reps and the weight was 75, 55. It was like a regionals workout. But that workout, that workout like that. Like, do you have the capacity? Randy, yeah. Do you have the capacity and intensity for that? If you are a barbell specialist, like, it's more than just strength. Like, you got to have that's barbell intensity and capacity and aerobic.
Yeah, I haven't checked that, but seeing it will be like exhausting to lift and be able to handle how to do every rep, and how you're gonna land in every position and everything.
Right.
That's good.
Right, because they could take that simple workout because it's light, right?
Yeah, it's really lightweight.
Lightweight, right? They could say, okay, we're gonna do Randy with a twist. We're gonna go. It's gonna be 75 snatches. We're gonna do 25 total bars, and let's and with 25 total bars. So it could be 25, 25, 25, right? You're doing 25 snatches. You got to move the barbell up. Go to the bar and do your 25 total bars. Come back, doing your 25 muscle snatches. Move the barbell up. Run back. Do another 25 total bars. See, where's your intensity? Where's your capacity?
Yeah, that's a good workout.
Right? Yeah. Athletes, and I hope coaches are breaking it down to, want to be CrossFit athletes and then athletes now. They're like, hey, it takes more than just saying, hey, I need to get better at conditioning, or I need to get better at, my muscle ups. I need muscle ups. It's more than that. You might be able to do 30 unbroken, but can you do that 30 unbroken with, Isabel?
At least I don't know if you have seen any competition here in Mexico, and my opinion that I have been seeing is that we are more focused on the heavy lifting thing. I have a sister that lives in the Netherlands, and when I visit her, I like to jump into classes at CrossFit. And I went to a box in Eindhoven, and it was cleans and running, and I really hate the running thing. But for example, I think it was like 185 pounds, five squat cleans, and 200-meter run. Every time in the runs, they beat me because I'm slow as fuck. But in the lifting thing, I was the best. It was my recovery thing. And it's something that I see also in Mexico, that we work more into the lifting thing instead of working in the capacity, as you mentioned.
Mhm.
And it's something that I see that it's different from the programming that I've seen in boxes from social media that I scroll. So what would be like a good example for you, like to program into an athlete that comes a lot from lifting heavy, and that's it? It's his best thing.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself in an uncomfortable positions, right? In those uncomfortable workouts. So if you know uh you work harder at the running than you do on the lifting, then ease into it, right? Have a I always I love programming this type of workout, right? 5 rounds, 400-meter run, um, 5 squat cleans, um, and like 10 bar facing burpees. You know,
For me, it will be exhausting. I really
right?
suck in the running and the burpee spacing.
See, you gotta that should be in your programming at least 2 or 3 times a week, forcing you to work on your weaknesses. If you are avoiding your weaknesses, you are done as an athlete.
Yeah,
Because
I
then that
used to skip every day the day program running. Like, no way,
yeah,
I'm not going to fucking go.
gotta force yourself. Gotta force it into your program. Got to. That's the only way. You ain't gonna like them. You're never gonna like them. Nobody's ever gonna like burpees. But you can make burpees easier for you when you do them.
Yeah,
You won't be afraid of them, right? You're always able to say, all right, we got burpees. All right, it's not gonna be that bad. But I hate burpees, but whatever. And you just turn it off, and then now you just rolling through your burpees, right? Even though you
yeah,
hate them, but you know how to turn it off to just do them. People that
yeah,
don't know how to turn them off and they hate them, what they do, they always step over, turn
yeah.
around, get in there, right? It sucks, but you gotta love the sucky stuff, man.
Usually it's when I heard like I haven't been doing this and I know I suck. It's like, you haven't started yet. Why you start complaining? Do it, and maybe you're gonna develop better this time.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. You just force it. Just force it. Ease into it. Like I said, 2 to 3 times a week. You know, 2 to 3 times a week, one workout. Just force it. At least you could say, hey, I ran 3 times this week. Okay, maybe 2 weeks later, hey, I ran 6 times this week. Hey, I'm starting to get better. I'm starting to feel that I'm not as tired. And you got to keep the measurable data. You gotta um, see you gotta see and know that, hey, I was tired here 2 weeks ago, but now I redid this workout, or we're doing a running workout with power snatches and ring muscle ups. I'm not as tired. I'm not as breathing heavy. Oh, that's good. It's getting better. You got to be able to recognize your breathing and how you're getting better on certain workouts. Oh man, I thought that workout was gonna kill me, but I didn't. I was breathing fine. It's a nasty workout, but I'm breathing fine. Boom, something is working. I'm getting better. I'm getting braver at attacking running workouts.
How often do you retest a workout that you've seen that he was struggling with? what would be like the best time to do it again?
I'll say like maybe like 2 to 3 months, but I'll give him variations.
Yeah.
I'll give athletes variations of that workout for them to redo it. I'll give you a different type of movement, but the variables of that workout will look the same of what destroyed you before.
How did you evaluate readiness each day without just relying on how to say they feel? Because it's something that, at least for me, I always ask my friends, how you feeling? Or the people that I work with, how you feeling? And maybe they will tell me they have a blue day or something, maybe not. But in your experience as a coach, how do you evaluate, when you see them?
I always, as a coach, coaches should always build rapport with their athletes, right? Get to know your athletes. I treat a lot of my athletes like they either my brothers, sisters, or my daughters and my sons. Like I genuinely care. I really care. So I tell them, hey, if I'm asking you how you feeling, just be honest. Be honest about your feelings, so I can make an adjustment to the programming, and I can help you understand what you're feeling and your emotions. Right? Oh man, I was breathing hard here, breathing there. Yeah, I could see, because when I was watching you on your wall balls, you were holding your breath and you wasn't breathing. You want to breathe through the rep, breathe out when you finish rep. Yeah, on the pull-ups, you were holding your breath again. Every time on the chest bars, when you hit your chest, you should be breathing out, right? No holding your breath in. That's why you felt that way. Oh man, in my back. I felt my back during the workout and everything. So, okay, that's understandable. Just make sure be cognitive of keeping your form. You got to be cognitive of that, because it's CrossFit, and you're going to be tired. When you're tired, forms break down. So be cognitive, be cognizant of keeping your form. But then two, hey, it comes with the sport. They program this workout to attack your back. Like that one open workout, the dumbbell snatches and the burpees, that's meant to hurt your back. So it comes with the territory, right? But you got to be strong up here.
I like that workout.
Yeah.
For me, it's easy to do the dumbbell snatch. I hate the burpee things, but the dumbbell snatch is for me like the recovery thing, because I don't feel that I'm struggling with. But when I talk, go ahead.
Always be honest with your feelings, and have your athletes be honest with you about how they feel. Because athletes do themselves a disservice if they are constantly in their head, or if they're not understanding what they're feeling and they just going through the motions of their workouts. Right? It's up to the coach to help them understand, to bring their emotions down, and to help them become an athlete. Because almost 80 to 90% of CrossFit athletes have never been an athlete. They don't know what pushing through means. They don't know what it means to have a coach screaming in your ear, or having you do, gassers and all that. None of them know. But so it takes a coach to help them understand, hey, this is what it means mentally to be an athlete, or this is what it means mentally for you to become that athlete. Right? So I need you to always be honest with me about how you're feeling, because I don't want you coming in here and you got 30 things on your mind, and you trying to do Fran, you're gonna end up hurting yourself. And you got 6 other workouts to do, you're gonna hurt yourself. Right? So hey, how about we just X out this workout. We'll take this workout and put it to Friday, and you just go ahead and let's finish out the day. But then tomorrow, let's try to come in with better attitude. It's a point to where we got to make athletes, feel good, but then also push, but then also understand why they're pushing, why they need to feel good, and why a coach is modifying stuff for them. Because if you ain't there mentally, man, why you need to do this 5 to 6 hours, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, understandable. And yeah, just for the last question here, something that I do when I go to interview people in the events, I ask them, I'm gonna say in Spanish, ¿cuál es el consejo que le darías a un atleta para dejar de valer verga? So it would be like, what would be the best advice that you received when you started that helped you not suck in the sport, at least when you started with the NFL thing? Like something someone told you that changed your mind about how you've been thinking.
Be set apart. Don't be in the in crowd. It's okay to be set apart. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be set apart. The in crowd is crowded, and it's trouble there.
Yeah.
The set apart crowd, you can travel through. You're welcome. It's open. It's free. No judgment. No hassle. No anything. Right. So it's be set apart. Be when everybody want to go out and party, you over here in bed watching Netflix. Be set apart. In crowd gonna go party. Set apart crowd is gonna go home and watch Netflix and get ready for tomorrow.
Well, I really appreciate the talk. I know you told me you're gonna be busy a little bit.
Got parent teachers conference.
Yeah. I really thought you were not gonna answer me when I contacted you because I don't know, like your famous thing in the CrossFit thing as a coach, and I said maybe he will, maybe he won't. So I was like, oh my god! I told my friends and family like, oh, he answered to me. So I would like
famous, bro. I am not famous.
At least for me, yes, you are. At least for me, honestly.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I would like to continue sharing ideas with you eventually from training philosophy. When I contacted you months ago, I was looking to working with you like a mentorship thing in your gym, and that's when you told me you just sold, open a 24/7 gym or something like I can recall. So I think I will learn a lot from you, and I like how you see the sport right now. So it could create a long-term impact for an athlete in America, and maybe open a small door so someone here can approach to you to be coached by you. So with no pressure, just I want to keep building to see each other as professionals, and I appreciate a lot your time.
Absolutely, yeah. Anytime, man. Reach out, and I'm an open book. So yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, and have a nice day, and enjoy your family.
All right, you too.
Bye bye.
Later.
Y pues muchas gracias a las personas que se quedaron. Les agradezco mucho que hayan estado aquí. Una disculpa por el inglés y todo lo demás. Así que espero les haya gustado y nos vemos la próxima ocasión aquí con GordoLift. Nos vemos.